What a mess.
Jeez. Complete mess. But
everybody's bright-eyed bushy tail. Not. Now we got to get on this thing and clean all the mud out of it. And I don't want this mud at my house. I have a lot of concrete around here. So
you're going to do what any good friend will do.
I'm sending Paul and Hunter to Jimmy's house, and they can clean this mess in his yard because he's got lots of dirt. Plus, he has a lot better steam cleaner. They don't like them coming off.
Hey, Ben's finally here after a slight detour this morning.
We had a little detour.
Yeah, the Jeep's junk. Something failed. The hitch is still latched. We haven't even messed with it. Pin's still in it, still latched. Came off somehow, and then one safety chain broke, and it pitched the trailer sideways, and then it rolled down the freeway after that.
I don't know why.
We don't know what happens when they come off.
No,
actually,
what does happen?
When they break, when they fail.
They fail.
Oh, they fail. Well, this one probably wouldn't.
You remember how to get there?
No.
Okay. You're gonna make a right almost immediately here.
And then a right.
And then your first left, and then you go down till it dead ends, make a right, and then right.
Okay. We'll find it.
We'll
get there.
You'll flash.
We're freaking lost.
I remember seeing that truck.
You do?
I do. That car.
Well, that's because this is Merlin Street.
Oh, well, that would be.
Well, I'm gonna have to call, get directions again. This is stupid.
Hey, we could just ask them where it is how we made it back.
All right. Go get directions one more time.
Okay. We need directions again.
We need better directions.
We actually made a full
Okay, you're gonna make your first right,
Yeah, we made that one.
and then your first left,
Where?
all the way to the end of the street till it
main
dead
drag?
end, till it dead ends.
It doesn't dead end. It hits
does.
another road.
No, it does. It dead ends on a road, and you make a right.
Okay.
Follow that street till it ends, make a right.
Okay. We got that.
We were there.
Yeah, you just gotta keep going down to that other road.
We weren't lost. We knew where we were going the whole time. We just second guessed ourselves. We found Jimmy's house. Everything's good.
Jimmy!
What's up?
You ready to pressure wash a boat?
Did you guys bring me some clay?
Oh yeah.
Some good Utah clay?
That's probably pretty good.
You like that?
Yeah, I'll bet we can wash it out there.
Is the boat no longer strapped to the trailer?
Just the front. I think that's gonna work. It's running water down it.
It's going the right direction?
Yeah, it is. It's coming down.
Aren't you glad he's doing it for us?
Jimmy's a good dude.
Oh.
I need to find a shovel. Smells kind of like a oyster boil or something. Except not good.
Yep. You're doing good, Jimmy!
The pressure of it being under the water turned the nipple the wrong way. That's insane. Like,
Drink some.
that's still milk, dude.
Drink it!
That is
Drink
still
it!
milk in there.
Drink it! You got no think.
Look at the chunks. That is still got milk in it from
$100.
dude. No way. Not on your life, Elijah.
I need a longer 2x6.
Okay.
Oh my God. Jimmy.
He's happy he's not in the boat.
You're looking good, dude.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
I fake it better than anybody I know.
you're doing good, Jimmy!
Another kid toy coming out goofy. It's pretty sweet. Oh yeah.
You stuck?
No, we need to have a talk with whoever left this foot pedal in here.
It's right in the way, huh?
It is. It is, but that's all right. We'll work around it.
Tastes like Lake Powell?
I don't know what it tastes like. It's kind of hard to describe. Can you move my board?
Where do you need it?
Just out.
Yeah.
You gotta go
go forward with one
You
side.
gotta go one side or the other. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Ooh, it's warmer in there. Oh God, I don't want to get back up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
got
try me plate. I need to get over to the other side.
we've got a giant pile out of here.
Oh yeah, no, it's all coming past. What a mess.
Jeez. Complete mess, but you're winning.
Yeah, I feel like a winner.
Yeah, you are winning.
I'm just.
Oh,
maybe
there's a
there
little-
they are. Okay.
Little tiny
They're just
holes.
plugged. If you pop those, they'll drain.
Seashells are plugging us up
They
here.
plug everything, don't they?
Yeah, they're nasty.
I was gonna say, because I'm like,
Gotta have a drain.
yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, see, there's the bilge, Merlin. We knew it had one. Not a very big one for this boat.
Right?
I mean, I would want a significant bilge on this.
Obviously, it
style
wasn't
boat.
big enough, right?
Yeah, evidently it didn't do the job. Water's warm at least.
Yeah, you can see where I went across my foot with boiling hot water, and it cleaned my socks white. I was like, ow! I don't have my boots on no more.
That's
It's
right.
It's 1,000% better
Oh
than
yeah.
it was.
You can at least see the bottom of the boat.
I couldn't get over. There's 50 gallons of mud just between the fuel
Oh
tank.
man, I've been watching it come out. It's
like
insane.
you shoveled it twice. I'm like, dude, where's all that mud coming from? These tanks are not that big.
It's just stuck under
Oh
them.
yeah, it's like you guys said, this is good stuff.
It's some serious clay. Make you some pottery. This thing is. That's a lot.
Piece of cake. I may need new jeans after this.
The wife may not wash them.
Steam cleaner will get them.
That's a pretty good track right there.
Oh yeah.
It needs some love before we go in the water with it. Clean. Clean as a whistle. Barely even got any on me. Right? 100? Barely even got any on me.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Barely.
Not compared to Jimmy. I
Yeah,
mean,
Jimmy.
I barely even got a skosh on me.
Jimmy soaked in it.
I haven't seen it yet. We're gonna see how clean it is. Ooh, look at that. There's the bottom of the boat.
Would you look at that?
You weren't saying it.
It's pretty good.
Look up there. All the way to the top.
Holy. Wow. Wowie.
Yeah, we got her. We got her.
There is a bilge pump in it.
Yep.
It's not very big. It's a little inadequate.
Evidently it was. It wouldn't pump the whole lake.
That's right. And it just kept going
Wow.
Right?
I shoveled that pile. Jimmy squirted that pile.
Yeah, that's about right.
Wow. Good hell. That's not a good sign when the life preservers are in the boat and not on the people that sank.
That's like a Titanic story to me.
Yep.
Yeah, aren't those supposed to be wrapped around?
Yeah, those should be
thing?
worn.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh boy.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, now that forklift makes a whole lot more sense. Yeah. Yeah,
Every out of the way?
yeah, that's El Burrito. Yeah, I've spent some time on El Burrito my own self. That's one way to do it, Jimmy.
It was so fun to have my cousins here goofing around. And I turned Paul over to Jimmy, and they went and cleaned. Thank goodness I wasn't any part of that, and I know Ben's happy too. But
Right.
how was it, dude?
It was messy. It was messy. Boat ended up being 2 stories tall by the time we stood it up, and we got in there and dug all the stuff around, but it's clean now.
All righty, guys. Hope you're enjoying the tear down of the Yellow Submarine. I just want to give a shout out to my cousin Paul and Ben. Thank you for coming and helping tear that thing apart. That was a lot of work. And Hunter for filming. It's kind of cool having a camera guy. I guess maybe I'll get there one day. But anyway, stay tuned as we transition into the rebuilding of this boat. We got a lot to do on it. We're going to make the thing run on the water, and Paul is researching the owners, and we're going to reach out to them and probably bring them to Havasu and give them their boat back. So stay tuned. So we're getting ready to tear the pump apart and see if we can get it rebuilt and make it turn. Jimmy's going to clean it here, and then we're going to try to dig this rope out of it and show you guys what happened and kind of why this boat probably had a bad day. It somehow had a rope on the back, ski rope, something was hooked up, and it sucked that rope up in around the pump, and it locked the motor up. And it doesn't take much. Once it locks that motor up, it won't even crank off the starter. I'll actually show you something that's pretty trick about these Berkeley pumps. What you got there, Jimmy?
I found the end of a rope. Yellow rope.
How much is in there? Let's
I don't know. You want to unwind it?
Yeah, let's see if we can get it all out of there.
Oh, it's moving. She's moving. You want to take an end?
So that was, this is what started the guy's bad day. This was probably hanging over the back of the boat, and he didn't even realize it. And he sucked this rope up in there, and it will stall it'll stall an idling big block. And once it stalls, you're not going to even get the starter to turn it again. You're coming out, I'm going in.
She's
it sucked up probably a loop. So it probably was just the ski rope hanging over the back, and it got caught. No, there's one piece.
All right, there's a piece of it there.
Okay, let me. Okay, there's still more in there, Jimmy.
There is?
Yep.
Oh yeah, wow.
Is that it? Yeah, so that's 2 ends right there.
Yeah, that's all it takes, huh?
So, yeah, that's the beginning of a bad day. What do you say?
Yeah, it's.
Okay, Jimmy, did you notice when you guys took this thing apart? So this thing sits in here like so, right? Now, obviously we don't have the studs, but these studs stick up here. When you put the nuts on here, this is actually a wrench. This is to take those off. And then what you do when you get the nuts lined up, you put the wrench on there, and it acts as a lock to keep that on. But the wrench stays on here so that when you're out on the water,
and you get a rope sucked up in there.
You get a rope caught up in there. You take this loose, and you take those nuts, and you just loosen them, fold them down, And then this pops right off. This is just an O-ring soft finish.
Right.
Comes off very easy. And you can take this off when you're on the lake.
Right.
Because normally that pump floats about 50%.
Okay. Oh wow.
So you can pop
water's
that
not gonna
off.
come into the hull.
Well, you might get a little coming in. If your boat's overloaded, you will probably. But for the most part, if you put it on a little beach, you
Right.
can pop this off and actually get that rope out of there.
That's pretty
Obviously,
crazy.
you don't want to have anybody near the starter or anything. But yeah, the worst of it is with the motor hooked up, you'll have to turn the motor over backwards. But you can get in there with a knife and cut it
Right. And at least
if you're
get
in
it
a
removed,
pinch. But yeah, then when you put that back on, you put those nuts on there, and then you tighten that back up, get everything crossed up, and then you put that on, and that's your lock on the nuts, and then your wrench is always on the pump.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty ingenious.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
That was unrecognizable as a wrench when we got to it.
Thank you, Mr. Berkeley.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool
That's
stuff.
very cool.
So the impellers are marked on the back here.
Okay.
This is an A impeller.
Okay.
So there's A, there's double A, there's B, there's double B, there's AB.
Huh.
There's all different, and that designates the pitch. And there's
Okay.
a book that actually
Walks you
looks
through
those
that.
up, and then that's actually the serial number to that impeller. Impeller looks pretty good, but
The pump still is pretty good.
yeah, now that it turns, we'll check the packing and lube up that front bearing. There was still grease in the front, and then this one here runs oil. So in the back, did you notice the plugs
Yeah.
on the side of each side of that?
That's for oil.
That's for gear oil.
No kidding.
So that's how you check the gear oil in a Berkeley pump. So back on the Yellow Submarine, got the pump all cleaned up. We got the rope all out of it. Got it painted up. Has an A impeller in it. It's in pretty good shape. Turns over real nice. So we're gonna get this thing back in the boat, glued up tight, get the snout sticking out the back. Later today, we're gonna flip it upside down and start working on the crack. You gonna help, Rand? Helps when you don't have 2 feet of mud in the bottom. That O-ring is a goner. It is just too dang hard. So it's not going in, and we'll just silicone it. Right before we take it to the lake, we'll just seal around that, and that'll take care of that. So now it's off to Jimmy's and use his crane and flip the boat upside down and fix those 2 big cracks. He's upside down. And somewhere up here, right there. And that's just a scratch there, but that's definitely a crack there, and I think there's another one over there. We'll get those filled up. Get all this black off of here. Get it all sanded down and polished up. She'll look like $1,000,000. So we've got 3 of these along here, one in the front supporting it. And believe it or not, where this thing was in the mud, it's in remarkably good condition. I think the mud kind of protected it. It does have kind of a bruise back here. Have to fix that too. But yeah, we're upside down. Well, we got the Yellow Submarine upside down. Took a grinder and I ground into this crack pretty good. It's pretty thin. We're gonna add a little material to it, so start out small here, but I grind it in raw. I'll put a little bit of West Systems in there to kind of seal the crack up so that my resin doesn't get air bubbles in it. Once I do that, then I'm gonna put a small strip of pretty heavy mat down, and then I'm gonna grind it all off, and then I'll do one big layer over the whole thing, probably about 4 inches wide. There's no way to get inside because we have to cut the bottom of the boat out, the floor inside, and we would have to remove all of the safety foam because there's safety foam inside there. I think what's happened is clay has got in there over the years at Lake Powell from the sediment, even through those little tiny holes, believe it or not, and it's gotten through the foam and into that crack, and it actually sealed that crack up. Well, that compartment was full of water when we flipped the boat upside down. It was draining water, and hopefully it'll kind of drain out while it's upside down. It's probably going to spend about 3 days upside down, so we're going to mix up some resin and put that in there. What I'm using here is West Systems epoxy resin, and it's pretty simple. It's once you get your pump primed, it's literally 1 pump of resin and 1 pump of hardener. And then what I use, these are just the little cheapo Harbor Freight brushes. I use them brushes to mix with, and that'll actually be my applicator. I think I'm going to mix just a little bit more. So it's real simple. You can come back and you can do a half, and then you can do a half. So pretty cool system, very expensive. West Systems is probably the most expensive resin I've ever bought, but it is the strongest. And when you're working on jet skis, they're actually made out of something a little different than the normal fiberglass. It's kind of a ground glass, and it's got a lot of weird polymers in it, but West Systems is the only thing you can use on a jet ski hull. Nothing else will hold. But West Systems is about the strongest out there, so if there's any chance of this holding and working good, the West Systems is the way to go. Again, the whole reason for doing this first coat here is to seal that crack so that every time I put resin on it, it doesn't make an air bubble underneath my fiberglass, because if there's air bubbles between the 2 layers of fiberglass, it's not very strong. And it's pretty chilly out this morning, so I mean, probably not compared to the rest of the country, but it's going to take probably another couple hours for me to get enough temperature in my day to where this actually goes off pretty quick. So it'll be a slow process today, glassing this in. All right, let me show you what we got going on here with the Yellow Submarine. Jimmy is over here sanding with the DA. What we're doing is we're trying to get all of this crud off of here, and it's sanding out pretty good. but it's just got 30 years of lake crud on it. So once we get that all sanded out with the DA, we're going to go back over it and wet sand it, and that's when we'll get the buffer on it and start polishing on it. See if we can get it looking pretty. But yeah, it's looking a lot better, that's for sure. This is, I mean, we still got barnacles growing out of it, you know. It's pretty amazing what's even on this boat. But yeah, we'll get her polished up and flip back over. Oh yeah, the first coat of fiberglass. So it's dry, I just need to grind it. Once I grind that back out, we'll put our second coat of fiberglass on and be looking good. I got my final coat on that little hole, it's sealed up. So I got some parts here I got to take and drop off at the sandblaster. We're going to get that powder coated, and then we got to get this intake sandblasted. Intake's got a lot of hard water on it, so we're going to get it cleaned up, make it look good, and get it back on the motor.
You want fender washers?
What do you got, Jim?
We got fender washers. That ain't coming out.
That's probably what it's going to take. So I just got back over here to Jimmy's. Got the fiberglass work all done, the cracks all sealed up. Looks good. We went to lift it. We got it up about, I don't know, 5-6 inches. I don't know, it might have been a foot. And we've been worried about this little hook because it was partially pulled out. Well, I guess the nuts corroded off of it and it pulled out. Like it came out of the boat. And not in a good way. Like it dropped. So the bad news is somehow we got to crawl into the front of the boat, put some fender washers and some nuts on there. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Well, I tried to crawl in the front. I didn't fit. Jimmy said I don't even want to try to fit.
Nope.
And I decided to heck with it. We've got to have this hook to flip this thing back over. It's unsafe. It's going to hold it on the trailer. So we're going to cut a hole right here. We'll just have to fill it in after. Just like that. There's a hole in the boat.
Hole in the hole?
Yeah, we'll need that. A hole in the hole. Hole in the hole. We'll need that plug. All right, what do we got? We got some nuts and washers. Can we reach in there? Oh, I can get to it now, Jimmy. It's just right there. That won't pull back out of there this time, Jimmy.
Make that look easy, man.
Yeah, whatever. When you see that big old ugly hole I just cut in the boat. that was easier than climbing inside, I'll tell you that. Get our soft shackle back on. Jimmy's got her rigged up here. So we got the boat hanging here in the air. These boards need to come out just a little bit. And basically it should set right back down inside here once we move them boards out. We didn't have a chance to kind of rig this up for the boat because we didn't know what size it was when we were going to get it, so we just put the boards where we thought they should be, and we were wrong. Okay, we've officially made a mess out of Jimmy's shop yet again. Look at all this wood and garbage all over here. The wind's blowing. It's blowing everywhere. The dust is blowing. We really should be like somewhere else right now, but
Here we
I have
are.
to say, how about our weather, huh?
Yeah, it's a little chilly.
Whatever.
windy.
A little windy, but the rest of the country's got like
4 foot of snow.
record snow.
They can have it.
Okay, so we're gonna set this thing down, and hopefully what we were changing was this needs to sit down in here. It was sitting up on top before, so it didn't have the best ride.
Didn't we?
So we kind of got this board right, but this one I think is gonna have to go over another inch, maybe a little more, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna win. like my cousin Paul says, we do it nice because we do it twice. Well, this is 3 times. Now what, Jimmy?
The clean side is down now. It's dirty on top again.
So Jimmy,
We got to start all over.
Jimmy spent all that time sanding this thing up, making it look pretty, and now it's like grungy up on top. He's like, time for cleaning. Well, at least we're
Hey, we're 60% anyway.
shiny side down.
That's right.
All right, we're off to lunch. We're out on this project for a minute. I'll show you this hole that I cut in the front. So yeah, I cut that hole in there. You can see the wood. The wood's actually pretty good considering it was on the bottom of Lake Powell. But we'll get that plug back in there. I'll West Systems it back in and put a little, what is that favorite thing you like to use?
Marine Tex.
Marine Tex. Yeah, Jimmy, he's the Marine Tex man. He blew a jet ski together with Marine Tex bonding.
That's it.
He likes white for sure.